What is up everyone, it is Lost Pixel here again and welcome to another Destiny video. Today is reset day and that means we get all the good shenanigans that come with the reset. So let's just jump straight into it and go El Rapido and see what we can find. So the weekly crucibles this week are going to be Zone Control and also Rumble Supremacy. So make sure you're doing these for the Radiant Treasure and those legendary marks. So make sure you smash those off. They're pretty decent ones actually, especially the Zone Control. I kind of like that as a bit of a variation. So let's move on to the Siva Crisis Heroic Strike playlist and let's see what modifiers we have this week. Ooh, it's looking pretty tasty in fact. So as we know, we have Heroic, we have Void Burn, which is nice, we have Small Arms, which is primary weapon damage is favoured, and finally Fresh Troops. So this week could be a really decent week actually for farming those weekly strikes, because as you can see, Void Burn and Small Arms is on, so get those Void weapons on and get those beastly Small Arms weapons on. Maybe rock a Scout Rifle, a high impact Scout Rifle for this, and you can smash it off nice and quick. Great skeleton key farming and an easy way to get to that 400 light mark. So let's move on to the Nightfall this week, and the Nightfall is actually going to be the Wretched Eye, and a very difficult one, as we can see by these perks. I mean, modifiers even, we may be having a troublesome time with it. It's going to be Epic, we're going to have Brawler, we're going to have Fresh Troops, Match Game, which is enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage, and finally we have Exposure, which is an absolute nightmare on this one, because obviously the Wretched Eye one is where you're getting pummeled by that Void Burn like stream of energy from the boss, so you need those shields up as quickly as possible, and if you're getting rinsed by it, they are not going to replenish, so it is definitely a tough one this week. So let's move on to shaxx's weekly bounty and see what he has in store for us. So shaxxy boy, will you give us a nice one this week so we can smash it off very quickly and have that exotic chance? Let's see, it's a control one, so it's going to be matches complete, advantage kills, captures and beeline. Really nice one actually, a really easy one this week. So beeline is actually the one where you go and get the B flag first, so make sure you're smashing that off for those unknown rewards. So let's move on to Zavala's bounties this week, and this is the only way you can actually get the icebreaker. As you can see, I have it on my back finally, so I've in fact got it. But if you haven't got it, this is the chance to get it. So his bounties are going to be the gold tier, silver tier and bronze tier medals achieved. Those are nice and easy. A gold tier medal before the Nightfall expires, so that is the one where you're looking for the icebreaker. And finally we have the Make a Rainbow, which is primary, special and heavy streak medals to earn rainbow medals. If you don't know how to do rainbow medals, I actually have a video on that on my channel, so check that out if you don't know how to do them. So let's move on to Tyra's artifacts and let's see if she has some decent rolls for us this week. So Tyra, do you bring the goodies for us this week yet again? We may have some good rolls. Let's see. Get rid of this engram and let's see what we have. We have the Memory of Fellwinter, which is always nice. It has Discipline and Strength, which is rather tasty indeed. Which one does lose your super, but gain 1 extra grenade and melee charge, a small boost to all stats, orbs grant melee and grenade energy. I've been testing this one out recently, it's really nice in the Crucible. You obviously lose your super, but those grenades and melee charge for the Night Stalker is just OP as hell, so make sure you're grabbing this one if you want to try it out. Secondly, we have the Memory of Timur, which is a half decent roll for intellect and strength. Melee attacks on minor minions of the darkness have a chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. A really nice one PvE. Make sure you're checking this out if you haven't done so already. And finally, we have the Memory of Perun, which is a pretty good roll actually there in intellect and discipline. And this one does enemy guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. This really isn't that great, but maybe you could use it in Trials of Osiris to check out those enemies with supers. So let's move on to Shiro's bounties, and we all know what this means. It means the Archon's Forge, but like last week, he may bring some general ones, which we can actually do in the Plaguelands. So let's see, Shiro, will you give us some nice ones this week? We have Iron Axe to kill all powerful enemy weapons to decimate hostile threats. We can do that in the Archon's Forge. Arc damage to kill Fallen. Archon's Forge, get the Zayla one for that one. Patrols in the Plaguelands, and finally Dreg encounters in the Archon's Forge. Surprisingly, 3 of these can actually be done outside the Archon's Forge, so maybe he's varying it a little bit, this Shiro, little naughty boy over here. So let's go and jump in the fire as we do to end the video. And yes, we're on fire right now. So if you stuck around to the end of this weekly reset video, the secret phrase to drop down in the comments is going to be farm those keys. Because if you're smashing off that weekly Siva Crisis Heroic Strike playlist, you can farm a lot of keys with that small arm and void burn damage. So please like this video if you did and subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and I'll see you on the next one.